Yeah, baby. We're back. We're back. Pawnda Blitz. Pawnda Blitz Swiss tournament. Join us now. Get in there. Rengawi. We have 4 players. 5. Maniac, the chess champion, QJY, and a praying mantis. Hello. Hello. Pawnda, say hello. 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 Oh. Oh. All right. Yeah, what's up, guys? So, tournament starting. Mr. Rolandson. Got to get my kids to bed soon. I don't have that problem anymore. My kids never go to bed. I don't even try. All right. So, we've got 12 minutes to go. Drowned the clown not here. Just leaves messages about eating blueberries. That's really random. Don't drink sugar, but I don't have time to make coffee, so I'm having a cherry cola in lieu of coffee. For the caffeine, I hate diet cola. Tastes terrible. All right. So anyway, we are starting in 10 minutes, approximately 10 minutes. 11 minutes and 48 seconds. Pawnda Swiss. This is a Swiss 5+3. Please don't forget, if you do join our Swiss, it's not like an arena. You shouldn't just leave. You have to withdraw from the tournament. Then the famous quote from Korchnoi. Very famous quote, of course. Chess is my life. Sometimes repeated by others as chess is my wife. All right, try to play for a few games. That's great. Hopefully we're going to get more people in here. It looks like Caro Connix is thinking about it. Love Chess 16. I love Chess 16. An original name. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. How are you? Where are the regulars? I mean, you guys count too. Mr. Roland, thanks for being a subscriber. It's easier to call you Mr. Roland. Too many syllables in Mr. Roland sen. Mr. Roland, and no notifications yet, but I got this thing started in time. I noticed with my simul on Sunday that starting the stream on time really seems to make a difference in terms of getting enough players involved. And I think I had been sort of forgetting that a bit. You know, we got the 25 players in the Sunday simul, but it takes a while to accumulate them, so I have to start the stream a little bit earlier. Same thing with tournaments should apply. I mean, if I get the stream started in time, we have enough time to gather the players, and it makes a difference, you know. And the more players, it's kind of a snowball effect. I think the more players you get in the tournament earlier, the more people are attracted to play, you know, and it builds on itself, and that's kind of important. So I want to put my effort into our streams. I've been playing poker part time, but at the same time, I want to re-energize. You know, whatever I do, whether it's chess or poker, I want to try to put my effort into it. If today is streaming and hosting this tournament, I want to be, you know, putting my full effort into it. So might as well try to start on time, get some players in here, have a good tournament. Tomorrow I can do chess or poker or whatever. Let's put our all into whatever we're doing. So Caro Connix has joined. The mysterious Caro Connix. I love chess 16, also mysterious. What are those? That's weird. You guys have the same Caro Connix and I Love Chess have the same little icon next to their name. Same, what's it called? Flair? You guys have the same flair? That's weird. Are you like on the same team or something? Caro Connix, I still haven't answered you. I know. I'm terrible with correspondence. When people send me like emails about lessons and stuff, I don't like to answer till I have a proper, so don't worry. I will answer you. I have a list right here of things that I'm supposed to do, and you're right at the top of the list. This week you will get an answer. Carol Conics, there's someone else there on the list, and we have good news. Something good happened, although not many of the regulars are here to really appreciate it. I was kind of saving this, but Asterbait emailed me, and he's actually okay, which is crazy because he's watching my streams since almost 10 years. He was always here every single stream. We thought he was like dead, and I've been talking about it on stream off and on, and he it turns out he's really okay. Has some problems, everybody does, but the worst of our fears have been allayed. Um, Asterbait is not dead or in jail or homeless, and he's trying to get back. Um, he's trying to get back, but he doesn't have a tablet, an iPad or whatever to access the internet the way he liked to watch the stream. So anyway, that's just a really huge thing. I came home last night, shocked to see this email from Asterbait. After 4 months of not being on my stream, we thought he was dead. People are weird. They do weird stuff. But anyway, it's all good in the end. Maybe he'll get back on here soon enough. So, Chess Champion 999, Magniac, Praying Mantis, Sparkle Horse, Caro Conics, and I Love Chess. We have 7 players so far. We usually start with around 10 in these Swisses. I got a request to join the team from King Vicky. As long as you guys have more than around 100 games, I'll accept you. Thank you, King Vicky, for requesting to join the team. You're welcome to join us. Please feel free to join our tournament. My only requirements are, well, the only official requirement is I made it 1 month. If somebody has an account that's less than a month, you can send me a message and beg me to let you in the team. But I usually go with 14 days, but I decided to make it a month. Trip Chance, the Iran deal. I haven't really had much time. I was playing poker all night and watching. Anyway, doing all kinds of stuff. But I hadn't had time to watch the news. The Iran deal. So we're gonna see what's happening with politics and world wars. But anyway, hopefully, Dr. Trip Chance, I know you're in Iran. Hopefully, things will get better rather than worse for all parties involved there. And nice to see you back with us. Matt Eddy has just joined us as well. Dr. Trip Chance, very good player. Very good blitz player, as far as I know. That's how I know you as a blitz player. All right. So, 9 players now, 5 minutes to go. Greetings to the individual who goes by the name Me. People at poker always ask me what do I do because they know I'm an American living in Hungary, and I'm really not interested in telling people that I'm a chess player. So I try to make up stuff like I work for the FBI, or they don't believe me usually. I'm a spy. If I tell them what I do, I have to kill them. Stuff like that. All right. Caro Conics. Dr. Chip Chance, I love chess. Now we have 10 players. See, I started on time. Stefano8 has joined. I started on time. We have enough players. Lesson to me to remember to make sure we start the stream a little bit before the tournament starts. Snowball effect. Dr. Chip Chance, welcome back. I'm proud to tell everybody that Asterbait is okay, if anybody's interested. Mr. Coffee hasn't been on. He's, of course, our mod and our one of our first members, but the regulars will be relieved to know that Astrobate is okay after everything. I thought he was dead. Well, I didn't really think he was dead, but I thought he had some kind of major problem. He's just a little bit out of it right now, but he'll probably get back to our stream. And he was great because he would come on my stream and put his little quotes in, and he was like a greeter. Like I, I I liked it because he was there before everyone else. There was always someone to sort of start the stream before I even got online, and it helped. It really. He's like a greeter, like a Walmart greeter. Hi, how are you? Hope you're having a nice day today. Without my greeter, and my whole stream started to collapse. I thought we were gonna lose everything because of Astrobate disappearing. Um. Anyway, everything's good here. I have to keep reinventing myself. Now, now I play poker twice a week, but that's fine. We can stream 4 days a week, play poker twice a week. Happy summer, everybody. Um, if you're a student, it's graduation time. If you're old like me, I'm just glad to be alive. Pawnda, also just glad to be alive. What else is new? The World Cup is on. All I did was watch France beat Senegal yesterday. You knew he was okay, as they say? Is this like an Iranian? Is that like a Persian expression? Pimps are never destroyed? That's funny. Um, is it like matter? Pimps are like matter. So you like soccer? I never loved soccer, but it's fun. I mean, the World Cup is a big deal. Although a lot of people complain about it, like there's too many teams now and stuff like that. No, I just watched it while I was no, I just bring it up because it's not so much my interest in soccer, but I know everybody else it's very popular worldwide. So I don't know why I kind of like France. I can't root for America, obviously. Hungary's not in the World Cup, sadly, because they were like denied by what was it, Ireland or whatever? It was a tragedy. Or am I thinking of the Euro? I can't remember now. Maybe I'm thinking of the Euro. Okay, whatever. But Hungary's not in it, and I don't want to root for the United States because of the bullshit that is the current administration. So, not proud of my native country. Not proud of my native country. I'm I'm the first to admit it. I'm rooting for like France because France is one of the only democratic countries left in the world. All right, D4, knight f6. Hungary now too. Well, Hungary's back on the democratic map now, which is good. It's good. I don't have to leave. Okay, 4 knights or Asian. 3 knights even. 4 knights, not so common. Yeah, 3 knights or Asian. I always like to slide for black, if I'm being perfectly honest. One of my favorite lines to play. A bishop takes f6 is not too common. Would I ever really seriously take with the pawn? Well, not with my bishop on b4, maybe. I should probably just exchange on c3 there. That was a mistake. I should have exchanged on c3. My bad. I didn't play chess at all yesterday. I played poker, and I don't like multitasking. It's very bad. Multitasking. A lot of people, they're like ridiculous, dude. They watch movies while they play poker. That's stupid. You're playing poker for money and you're watching movies. What are you, an idiot? Part of our modern If you're gonna do something seriously, don't multitask. If it's like playing, if whatever. I mean, if it's anything serious, multitasking is a really stupid thing to do. It just shows you're an idiot. I mean, there's certain things in life you have to multitask, but you have no choice. But don't voluntarily multitask if you're doing something that means something to you. If you're that bored that you can't play just chess uh, at one time, you need to do something else, then probably shouldn't be playing chess, right? Triple pawns on the C file are fun. No, seriously, if you're playing chess and you need to do something else, I mean, listening to music or something is fine, but dude, I'm just shocked. It's the modern disaster, bullet chess. Um, I don't know if c5 is actually a great move here. This might be a mistake. Well, it might not be the best move, but it stops him from playing c5, which is a common problem. White can sack that pawn back to liberate. He's very fast. Fast and bad. No, I'm just kidding. Fat and Mad. There was this guy, Fat and Mad. It's a nice profile name. I like that. Let's see. What am I going to do here? I need a plan. I don't have a plan. White has a plan. I don't have a plan. Can I have a plan? Do you mind if I have a plan? Ay, ay, ay. All right. This is not a plan. That's a one move threat. Whether it's linked to a broader plan is yet to be determined. Maybe it is. I like this. I'm just lying. Walked right into it. I think my plan can be like prevented, but you need to think in order to do that. And he didn't think, he just reacted with the obvious move. You need a theme and a scheme. Themes and schemes. Gypsy9999. Welcome back. Nice to see you. I am shocked constantly by how amazingly stupid people are. I'm stupid too, but nobody's perfect, you know? But I mean, relatively speaking, here, the stupidity of people is off the charts. I'm not talking about my opponent here. I mean, I'm talking about in general. Stefano. Stefano plays a little too fast, but this is a blitz game. He has a tendency to play too fast, not think enough. But in 5+3, okay, it's not that much time. I can't criticize him. But I'm talking in general. People don't think enough. When I play knight b8, you have ways to try to play against that, but you didn't take the time to do that. But I mean, that's nothing compared to what I see on a daily basis. People don't think at all, you know. They think about what they think about. They don't think about what the other guy's thinking about or trying to anticipate what other people are doing. It's terrible. Now what am I doing? Nimzovich 101. Trading pieces. Okay, that was just a blunder. You shouldn't be blundering if you have more time than the opponent. Would be you blunder, but if you're under pressure, take your time. This is a tribute to Nimzovich, this game. But I think my knight b8 plan could have been crossed. And Stefano, it's not like an everyday move. I'm playing knight back to b8. I mean, dude, you gotta like stop and think at that point. pretty obvious I'm trying to do something off the standard path there. Um, I was concerned that he would anticipate my plan and prevent it. 5-3, it's not 3-0, it's not 5-0. He had moves. I agree. Oh no. Botvinnik. I was just doing a Botvinnik game and analyzing one of Botvinnik's games, and the cool thing about Botvinnik, to pronounce it correctly, is that he was so strategic and so systematic and a scientist, but it's not like he wasn't good tactically too. He he calculated very well and very thoroughly, and oftentimes it was integral, in his games. This is a Botvinnik inspired game. Now his queen is trapped. Ouch is right. All right, this is a Swiss. I forgot, dude. I was thinking it was an arena. I'm so crazy. It's a Swiss, not an arena. A crazy thing happened yesterday. Um, I met this guy who's a good poker player for the first time on a Bulgarian guy. The first time I met him was on Saturday night, and it turns out just by complete coincidence that he had been living in the States in exactly the same place where my mom lived. Like 6 years ago, we were in exactly the same place. Um, isn't life weird? Like these weird coincidences that come up. It's like, what? What is the chances of that? I mean, it's so random. It's a big world, It's not really a high percentage chance that two people are going to be in exactly the same place. Two people that have no concrete connection to each other would happen to be in exactly the same place, the exact same time. You're getting on my nerves, homie. This is 5 plus 3, though. Coincidences. There's no such thing as coincidences. Bro, it was a region where they don't have, my mom lived in this region where we didn't have tornadoes. And, like in the Midwest, there's lots of tornadoes. But in this place, there's no tornadoes. The guy was there exactly the same time we were both there for the tornado that never happens. He was in one supermarket, working at a supermarket in the next town over. And when this tornado came in 2019, and my daughter and I were in the same supermarket in the next town. What's the chances of that? Like, seriously. Oh, you were in the supermarket too. You're working. Oh, and where? Next town over. Oh, that's weird. What are the chances of that? I mean, it's so weird. Weird stuff. It's not coincidence. It's Illuminati. It's the Illuminati. Okay, what are you doing here? Well, I mean, Carl Jung had this thing about, his book he wrote on synchronicity, of course, the Police song or whatever. But the concept was that like things are inherently like interlinked in ways that we don't really understand. Please resign. Dude, why don't you resign? Oh, it says Swiss. Okay, okay. It's not. Yeah, it's not arena. I'll let you get away with not resigning. Okay. Oh, I think I'm like my connection is a little slow. There was a huge delay before the mate there. Damn, that's kind of harsh, Dr. Chance. Um, camel culture. No, I mean Carl Jung was he was a psychologist though. I don't think he's supposed to necessarily understand epidemiology. Okay, can't understand everything. He was one of the most groundbreaking psychologists ever, and he was probably wrong a lot, but you know. Okay, like most people, there's still some good things. Back to tournament. Dr. Chip, we struck a nerve with Dr. Chip Chance. He hates Carl Jung. All right. I didn't expect that. An idiot. That's kind of harsh, dude. That's like Swat Adalik. Swat Adalik posts some kind of thing about Donald Trump. He's my friend, but I tolerate him. He calls everyone idiots, but he's like promoting like Russian right wing propaganda and stuff. Okay. All right. We got Sparkle Horse, Dr. Chance, Caraconics, Cheesy Noob. Are you still allowed here? I love chess. Please don't pair me with Cheesy Noob. Please, 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 please. No Cheesy Noob. Could be a coincidence if I get paired with Cheesy Noob. I hate playing Cheesy Noob. He's the awkwardest player to play. Have you watched the football? I watched France smash Senegal yesterday, but I wasn't playing. I wasn't playing. I was playing. I was playing poker. I wasn't paying close attention. Like I look at the screen, it's like 1-1. I'm like, wow, Senegal scored. And then I look back, the VAR, it's weird. Like with the video replay stuff, I don't think they should like put the goal up. The point shouldn't be up on the board until it's official. Like it's been reviewed or whatever. I hate when it's like 1-1 and then you look back and it's like 1-0. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? How is it 1-0 if it was just 1-1 a minute ago? Anybody else annoyed by that? Okay, fine. You're going to do a video review, but don't credit the goal on the scoreboard until it's official, until it's been reviewed. I hate that it's like 1-1 and it goes back to 1-0. That's weird. Do you multitask? Not this time. Well, I mean, it's hard to. Maybe Einstein could like live in the future or something. He was friends with Einstein, right? All right, Matt Eddy. Thank God I didn't get paired with Cheesy Noob. It's weird that I get paired with the lowest rated player though. Oh, maybe you got a full point buy. I don't understand I don't trust the Swiss pairing system on Lichess, I'll be honest. They hated Swiss systems and they were like very reluctant to implement Swiss tournaments on Lichess when it first started. And it's like Swiss chess tournaments on Lichess are like a bastard stepchild. The admins hate Swisses. The Swisses, yeah. Swisses voted to not restrict the amount of Swisses. The Swisses denied limiting the number of Swisses. Far right Swisses wanted to limit the amount of Swisses. But now there's unlimited Swisses. See how we combine politics and chess here? It's very, very key. What am I gonna do? It's a weird mix. Trail mix. So, do you like soccer camel culture? I was on a championship soccer team. I tell that story all the time. South Jersey champions, 1980. For like 7-year-olds. We were awesome. But it basically made me hate soccer. Playing soccer made me hate soccer. I could never play again after that. I hated running around, man. Running around and never scoring a goal, it was like ridiculous. I was like, I'm never going to do this again. I don't go. Fuck USA. I hate USA. Sorry. I mean, if you're patriotic, I'm sorry. I can't support the current USA. Deep in my heart, I'm still patriotic a little bit. I've lost a lot of it, though. I mean, it's hard to be patriotic in the current environment. I've lived in Europe for over 20 years. Hungary's not in the World Cup, so I can't root for them, which I would. Tragically, Hungary's not in the World Cup, so I have to root for like a random team. I adopted France because I like the French. The French are they're civilized. You know, they're not like Americans. Sometimes they're snobby and stuff, and they cut in line at the airport, but I like them overall. All right, here we go. No, I like the French football fans when they came here for the Euro. They were really civilized compared to most. Do you guys see? I know Argentina won, right? Messi scored 3 goals, like a hat trick. That's all I know. I read the BBC today, but I left before that game was over. I was in a place where I could watch last night. I don't remember, but anyway, I only watched the one game. Poor Senegal. That's why I hate D4. Um, well, don't play the Dutch. You know, your rating is under 1,000. You have no business playing the Dutch. Don't play the Dutch. Too hard to play the Dutch, man. I mean, masters take like lifetimes to learn how to play the Dutch. I've never played the Dutch in a tournament game because it's like Korch and I played the Dutch. He's our quote master for today. Baffinnik played the Dutch. Magnus Carlsen plays the Dutch sometimes, or used to. But the Dutch, you know, you're going like borderline against fundamental principles by weakening your king side with f5 on move 1. You're going to get in trouble. Don't do that if you're a beginner. Kamsky plays a lot of Dutch, which I always thought was a bit weird. Given, like, overall, you know, I wonder how Kamsky got into playing the Dutch. It seemed like a weird choice for him. You know, he doesn't, like, tend to play really sharp openings that much. A little odd that God plays the Dutch, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, like, the London and the Dutch are, like, kind of polar opposites. I mean, one is this, like, systematic sort of beginner opening, and the other one is this, like, radical, aggressive, risky thing that you're doing with black. It doesn't have any connection to the other, you know? I mean, maybe there's a tendency that the openings are both sort of closed. I think that's the only connection you can really make. The Dutch maybe and closed ping pong games tend to stay closed. All right. Caro Connex. Let's follow Caro Connex here and see what he's doing. Dr. Trip Chance versus Caro Connex. The Icaroconics. Was this a Dutch? No, there's no pawn on f5. Okay, it was a King's Indian. Iconics. What the hell's going on here? So white's up a pawn, but black has some active pieces. On the other hand, white has quite good control of the center. I think the Conics is underrated, you know. Whoa. That is a shocking turn of events, which I would not have anticipated. Dr. Churches is very, very good in tactics. But I don't know if that's enough here. Maybe. Now you would have thought it was a Dutch. Feels like a Dutch now. Well, how are the Dutch? Dutch are good at football. The Dutch is pretty strategic. Yeah. Well, again, because of the closed nature. Oh no. What's happening here? Closed nature. Dude, what is going on? So Black's king is actually fairly safe on the dark squares. Conics took a huge risk giving up his light square bishop. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, Black has the dark square bishop protecting the h8, a1 diagonal, but White doesn't have the light square bishop protecting his king. Though he may still be okay. Man. There is that nasty tactic, though, like rook takes d6, queen f8, mate. Last move he played rook takes d6, queen f8, mate. You gotta watch that. This may be a bit problematic for Black. Knight f7 is a threat. Queen takes d8 is a check. There's bishop f2 blocking maneuver. Interesting. A lot happened in this game. It's kind of like watching the the football. If you don't pay attention closely during the game, you know, you don't really know what's going on. You can't just like, oh no, watch every few minutes. I feel bad about that. I might have inadvertently like pointed this out. I assume that these guys are gonna see Queen f8 mate. Dr. Tripchan seems to be rusty. I noticed him seeming very rusty last time. But that'll happen to you when your internet is like blocked for like a month or whatever. It's hard to practice online blitz when the government cuts out the internet from everyone for like a month, huh? I don't like the current real Dutch. The real Dutch. Geary is like a computer, man. I mean, I like to think of Geary as the closest human to a computer. Um, but not everybody likes that style. You know, it's you might think of him as kind of robotic, dry, but I don't think it's like a national style or something. I don't think the Dutch have a national chess style. Sparkle Horse 2. All right, we got a request to join the team again. Pavel 15A. Pavel 15A joined 5 years ago. Wow, 5 years. Welcome, Pavel. We knew another Pavel from the UK, but he was definitely not 2400 in Bullet. It's a different Pavel. Paul. Camel Culture's here, soccer fan extraordinaire. Isn't soccer like popular in Colorado? I have a weird idea. I just feeling like soccer was like really popular, especially in Colorado. I don't know why. Something about the high altitude. Um, Seems like something that would be popular. It was always popular. People think like Americans don't like soccer. They're always like, "Oh, you guys don't even like soccer." Every high school in the United States has like a soccer team, man. I mean, it's an extremely fundamentally popular sport. It's just that it's not as popular as football, American football, and basketball and baseball. You know what's embarrassing though? I think the um the Stanley Cup just didn't that just take place? Like the poor Stanley Cup is like forgotten. Nobody's even like following ice hockey. Ice hockey just suffering, man. They're like going against the NBA. I'm like, oh, there was a Stanley Cup Finals. Okay, everybody's like talking about NBA. I mean, oh, okay, Stanley Cup Finals. Baseball's much more boring. Not if you love it, you know. It's not like golf or something. I think soccer's boring because there's no goals, man. You know, there's like 2 goals a game. You see 1 goal every hour. At least they score sometimes in baseball. Like occasionally there's like a run or something happens. Soccer, it's just like watching them run back and forth, run back and forth, run back and forth. Like basketball is better, you know. We used to play softball in gym class. That was fun, but I like baseball better. Baseball was my only real sport. I I was okay. I was pretty good. But I'm not I was never fleet of foot. I wanted to be a pitcher and I even played in high school. But I'm just very average like athletically. Pretty average. All right. Slow. I'm slow. I got thrown out at first base. Have talked about this before. My teammates made fun of me because I got thrown out on a single to right field at first base. It's a very, very rare play. Like it happens on occasion, even in like Major League Baseball. But you know, it was funny. Like I never even considered the possibility of that happening. You know, I'm like just strolling to first base on my like line drive to right field, assuming it's like a single. And all of a sudden, wham! You're out. Oh fuck. That's ridiculous. I mean, that's really embarrassing. Dan, that was a shallow right field. All right, let's see. All the games are over now. You know you're slow when you get thrown out at first base, or you didn't hustle. You know, I get blamed for not hustling. Yeah, that's like something that lazy baseball players get. I think I think it happened in the last years, once or twice. People getting lasered at first base. Um, but it's just a funny play. Like it rarely happens even in like little league. You know, it never happened to me in little league, for example. But in high school, it happened. That was like something I could never live down. Check. A little league's easier though, because like the bases are short, the base passes are shorter, so you can get to first base. It's not that far, you know. I had never seen even like one of my teammates or anyone get thrown out at first base before. Okay, so I think Queen B6 might be a move there, but that seems strange. This is what I always played. By the way, did everybody here get the announcement that Astrobate is okay? He emailed me after 4 months of being off the stream. Unbelievable, you know. Thanks for emailing me. Maybe you could have emailed me like 2 months ago to let me know you're like alive. I'll take it. I'll take the good news, you know. He's a weird guy. I mean, but he can't afford to get a new iPad, and I don't know, for that whatever reason he can't come to the stream till he can get a new iPad or something. He's a weird guy. But anyway, the important thing is that he's okay. But I do miss him being here because he always was my reader. Yeah, some good things happen from time to time. It was reassuring. Yesterday was a good day. It was like that Ice Cube song. Do you know that? My friend Joe Fang's a big fan. Was a huge fan of Ice Cube. We used to play Blitz and listen to Ice Cube all the time. He loves rap music, Joe, and today was the good day. Was that like one really chill Ice Cube song? Like people aren't getting like you know off and stuff. Yesterday was a good day. It's 90s, of course it is. But it's not just 90s because about a month ago, Ice Cube threw out the first pitch at Dodger Stadium in the Dodgers game. So he's in the news. He's also in the worst science fiction movie like of all time, The War of the Worlds or whatever. That was supposed to be like awful. Huge sellout. All right. Um well, the original War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells was was a great thing, but Hollywood trying to remix make stuff. Ice Cube is still alive, of course he is. I mean, he actually I thought he did a pretty good job. Um, with his ceremonial first pitch at a Dodgers game, he looked okay. He's not that old. The iconic rapper Ice Cube. B5. Wow, I underestimated this move. Might be my second knight B8 of the day. I hate knight B8 though. I mean, it's extremely passive. Do I really have to do that? No other option. Well, she want to lose a pawn. I don't know, man. Connix is on a warpath. This is his new account. He had another account, XL Poker, and I don't think he had like a 50% score against me under XL Poker, but he's pretty good. Wow. A5. Of course, Ice Cube's still alive. I mean, people are supposed to live until they're like, well, rappers don't have a good lifespan. Ice Cube's awesome. XL Poker was like 2400. Well, Connix just won the last 3 games against me. And he's playing like a god here, too. It's the same guy. 2400. Well, he had a bad blitz run or something. Yeah, he should be 2400. He's 2300 in bullet, 2183, and now he's 2542 in rapid. Whoa, that's new. Bro. This is like playing Karpov himself. This is weird, dude. Yeah, I mean, needless to say, if you're 2542 in rapid, you shouldn't be 2183 in blitz. How the hell does he have 5,800 blitz games and he's 2183? That is totally out of line. This is like playing Karpov. Like, no joke. If I'm lucky, I can hang on. I don't think he made the best move there. It looked like he had bishop e6. It was a better try to go in here. Camel culture, you're kidding about it's very fast, right? Berry. Fast, but not very fast. Yeah, I don't know why his rating is 2183. I mean, that's weird. No, this guy is not 2183 in blitz. He's 2400. Yeah, I don't know why his rating is so low in blitz. That's not, that's like, okay, maybe if you tilt it or something. Pawn takes pawn, knight takes check, knight takes. I don't know if I love that. Killed my knight. D5 is a crazy move. I mean, you're putting your pawns all in the wrong color, but you're really trying to win with the space. So it's like it's a weird sort of what's the word? Counterintuitive. And he plays like this all the time. This sort of just incredibly aggressive. Almost like I'm playing Dr. Trip Chance or worse. It's actually worse. Yeah. And Dr. Trip Chance isn't so all or nothing psycho like this. This is like all or nothing psycho. Most people would be like afraid of me, They're not. He's not afraid at all. Like he's putting his pawns on the wrong color, willing to play outside the box there. It's a double-edged decision. Can you get mated? Can I mate your king? Check, king h6. So fearless. It's like But I talk about this a lot. Um, Basically, did I blunder? Did I miss knight takes c4 there? He's still within the margin for error of a draw. He was winning, I think. This is a weird move to play. Why not trade knights? Isn't that kind of weird? A weird move to play? Knight b2. I guess it's a winning attempt. I don't know. I mean, normally people would play knight takes knight and then play bishop b2, and it's probably a draw. The black is optically better. But to voluntarily play knight b2, that's weird. Well, I can't really lose, you know. I can try to win though. Let's just see. Probably I can't win, but I can try to win, you know. I just don't know how. Yeah. I mean, he waits to offer me a draw till he's like minus 0.1, and then it offers me a draw. All right. So check out the analysis board. I was probably lost. Yeah, I was lost. F6 was a losing move. But I don't think I should even... I don't know. This is a difficult ending for black. I mean, starting with knight b8, my second knight b8 of the day. Bro, I mean, okay, I played the opening a little bit passively. To be honest, what do I expect? You know, playing this opening as passively as I did. White made a blunder in what? Like not winning the game? 2 inaccuracies, 1 blunder. What did he miss? He missed h5. Okay, a breakthrough. We both missed h5. That's a devastating move. Shit. Wow. So we just both totally missed it. F6 was a huge mistake. Ugh, that's terrible. I mean, my play is too passive. This opening system, though, for black is just designed for a draw. But at some point, I went, like, seriously astray here. The bishop g4 has been played, and it's so far, black hasn't lost, but I mean... That doesn't mean it's good. The bogo, it's a bogo style. Rook e8 is the most common move. The engine prefers e4, very, very double-edged. Yeah, the whole system is, well, apparently this is a mistake now. I did not know this. Black has bishop e6. Black has knight on bd7, which I don't love. That's better. I don't know why. It's better than queen e7. So I always thought queen e7 was a good move, but it may not be. I don't play this much. You know, I don't play this variation very often. And I don't know why I played it. I just play random stuff. It's a passive line that's designed to just not lose. I'm just playing for a draw against a good player there. But I haven't looked at it in a long time. I remember playing it like 20 some years ago against guys on World Chess Network who were GMs, probably like Victor Mikhайловsky, and I don't even remember who I played it against. a bunch of GMs on the World Chess Network when that was in existence in the early 2000s. We had like we had some um, banter games with like text commentary before like people used audio a lot and audio, well, whatever. Live streaming wasn't a thing yet in the early 2000s, so we did text commentary. These like banter games. I remember playing that system, but it's definitely not uh, very active for black. I don't want to have my pawns fixed on the late squares, but I didn't think it would be quite enough for me to be lost. Uh-oh, NM camel culture. Camels. Camels in the house. Dutch. No Dutch. I always play knight f3 against camel culture, don't I? I mean, the fianchetto attack. I always do this. Didn't Brian did this against you. That was your, ah, brain, brain wall. Bishop g4. When should I play knight e5 in these type of situations? Like, I never even understand, if that's a good thing. Business-like defense for black. The businessman's defense. Tory attack in reverse. Very courageous. But maybe I don't want a castle. You know? What would Kramnik do? Lose to James Tarjan at the Monarch Assurance. No, the Isle of Man, Poker Stars. Kramnik lost to Tarjan with white because he wanted to win too much. Pawn takes f3 is a very interesting try, isn't it? It's not as fluid as bishop takes. Oh. Solid. So now what do I do? It's a good question. Good question. What if you go h5 like Maurice Ashley or something? Uh-huh. Does anybody here remember Gary Kasparov against IBM Deep Blue? Kasparov was doing all kinds of weird shit. Before the last game, he lost on purpose. I think, the match was kind of legit until that. But he played these weird games where he was doing this type of stuff to avoid like opening prep. He would play like e3 on the first move. Camel culture, you're a violent criminal. You're trying to castle queenside or something. I don't like that. You're a bad person. H5, right? The Maurice attack. I'm not sure if it's justified here. I didn't castle, bro. My whole setup is basically, designed to not castle, so you can't do this shit. You want to play like a caveman? That's your problem. I've I've been around the rodeo before. Horrible. Horrible caveman. It's not the first time I've accused Camel Culture of being a caveman. Or people in general. There was this poker hand I had. I told everybody about it. Well, I mentioned it last week, where I underwrap my hand to keep the pot like from not getting that big. on the turn. I have a set. There's only like two hands that beat me, not straight, and a bigger set. And I just do something that like most people would never do. I mean, I check the third nuts on the turn, risking a possible flush draw, and the dude checks behind me. So we're heads up. I have the third nuts, and the river is like not a flush. So I still have the third nuts. And again, I should bet the river really for sure. But just to be extra careful, I check the river. What? See ya in another stream? See ya in another stream. Oh, it sounds like you're speaking Hungarian. See ya in Hungarian is like a thing. But anyway, underrepresenting my hand. So the point of the story is that this poker hand, there's only like $100 in the pot, and I did that on purpose. Like I didn't want to play for that much, just in case this dude decides to like go crazy or something. I don't want to give him the leverage to like go all in against me with some kind of bluff on the river. But he does it anyway. It was like, what the fuck? It doesn't even make sense, you know, like there's only like $100 in the pot, and the guy like he bets like $350. Maybe it wasn't that much. Okay. There's like $100 in the pot, and he bets like $300 on the river. All in $100 pot. Like a total noob. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Unless you like specifically know you're playing an idiot who just either folds or always calls and loses a lot. It just didn't make sense. People play like maniacs. I'm going out of my way to like not let you play like a maniac. You know, you have no target over here. Does anybody get my point? I don't want to just sit here talking about poker, but it's about like people playing like maniacs when it's not it's not what's the word? Justified. It's not justified. Dude, H5, H4, it's not justified. An all-in bet of $350 or $300 on the river in a poker hand where there's only $100 of the pot in the pot, it doesn't really make sense because, like, well, what in the world do you think I have that I could call that with? You know, you have no idea I have a strong hand. I didn't even bet the turn or the river. I mean, I didn't bet. You know, I just the flop. It's like what warranted, justified. Anybody watch the TV show Justified? Timothy Oliphant. I like that. It's really kind of cheesy, but I'm a big fan of Timothy Oliphant because he has a funny name. It sounds like elephant. It's like the ancient Roman form of elephant, an Oliphant. Um, I'm gonna lose on time because I'm talking too much. You talk a lot, but you're not saying anything. That's like talking heads, right? Getting off the subject, David David Byrne was no, like tonight. Wow. No, I think David Byrne is here tonight, if I'm not mistaken, performing at Budapest. No, maybe tomorrow night. Tonight or tomorrow night. David Byrne will be performing at uh, Budapest. Uh, big stadium concert. Talking Heads, I always argue, one of the first most important bands for modern, like indie rock, alternative rock. And David Byrne, of course, the front man. But the point of it, this story is the song, you know. You talk a lot, but you're not saying anything. That's one of the lyrics to the famous Talking Heads song. Gobble roll mops. So I got off the subject though. People who go all in on the river in a poker hand where you're massively overbetting, but how in the world do you think like the opponent would call? Like why would you do that? You could bet like $50 and you probably get called. If you have the nuts, you bet $50 on the river, you probably get called. You probably get called a lot. You probably get called like 60, 70% of the time. If you go all in on the river, you're only going to get called like 10% of the time. I mean, do the math. Yeah, once in a while, somebody will call you all in and you'll win a lot of money. But most of the time, they're going to fold, even like fairly strong hands. So in the long run, the better thing to do is just make a smaller bet and just take your profit. It was so weird. I couldn't understand what this guy was doing. Just you can't predict what random people are going to do, though. I think that's my problem. I'm I'm trying to like I'm trying to get like stupid people to behave logically or apply like logical reasoning to just random noobs. It's not, it doesn't really work, you know? Gabble troll mops. Thank you. I'm about to lose on time. Telling too many stories. Count culture, you're taking advantage of my story time. Oh my god, I did that. What the fuck am I doing? Why did I do that? Oh my god. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I just blundered. Too many story times. Shit. I should have just taken your knight on f6. I'm like an idiot. Why didn't I just take his knight on f6? What's wrong with me? Here. Just bishop takes f6. I'm fine. I'm better. Probably. I blundered the whole game. Greedy. I can't believe this happened. Whatever. Sees everything. Ah. Interesting experience. All right. Carol Conics, nothing to say about that. That was very clear from beginning to end. Just here to say hello shortly. Just had time for 2 games, and your donation sound is not on. Weirdly enough, yeah, there's something with my settings. Roll Mops tip $5. I didn't get a notification. Although my speaker is on, and some things, my donation, right. I can't figure it out. It must be, thank you. The point is, thank you. I just updated Streamlabs. Maybe. Streamlabs updated itself when I turned it on today. It's probably something with my settings. Apologies for that. You guys didn't hear something, did you? Maybe it went off, but I was just too in the game to pay attention. It's a man-man strategy, right? Right. It's a man-man strategy that all in on the river. I mean, it would be justified if I played normally and there was a little more money in the pot, but yeah, they do that. Going back to the previous distracting story that I had about my poker hand. Anyway, whatever. I play these things over in my head and I try to like chess, poker, whatever. I mean, I try to like dwell on things so that I can improve the way I play and think about the strategy. But, that's a weird situation. Um, at the end of the day, he makes less money by going all in, but it's more fun, right, to occasionally get that big call. Uh, you're gonna submit that game for analysis. I know, right? Me too. Well, I should submit it too, and then we can both submit it and analyze it from the perspective of both sides. But dude, I made such a stupid move against you. Like I was telling all my stories and I had like 5 seconds and you had 3 minutes. Like, why didn't I just take your knight on f6? I mean, and it's like, I don't know. I was too distracted telling stories and stuff. Trying to finish this thought. Like, I kept trying to finish the stupid, analogy I'm making about maniacs in chess and people doing maniac stuff in poker. And everybody's style is different. I mean, this is an important factor, right? I don't mean to call you a maniac all the time, and I don't mean it for you, Camel Culture. I'm just kidding. But seriously, I have this sort of pet peeve that everyone seems to play like a maniac. There's a lot of truth in what I'm saying. That people tend to play too aggressively. You should have seen this guy at my poker table last night. I mean, it was unreal. Like unreal how crazy this guy was. And he's guaranteed to lose. But in the interim, he managed to like go way way up, with this maniac style. And it's fun, it's fun to play wildly in whatever game we're talking about. I forgot you're like a Grand Prix attack guy, Dr. Tripchance. I don't have a great score in this line, but it's better than what am I thinking? Oh, this is the old line. Okay, yeah, this is the Kudrin. The Kudrin has an idea, right? The Kudrin. Sergei Kudrin must be really old. So yeah, there's the old Kudrin game, Kudrin Perelstein. You're playing like Byron Jacobs now, Glasgow. This is the English style. There was this guy Byron Jacobs. He's probably still alive. I never met him, but he was an IM from England who wrote chess books in the 80s, in 70s, 80s, whatever. Must be really old now. But he used to play Blitz on ICC. I remember playing him and James Plaskett, both in this variation. I don't remember ever facing D3 though. Dr. Rusty Chance. Dr. Rustic. I don't think I ever saw anyone play D3 there. But I'm not a big authority on this. The point is, like, instead of E5, the other way to play is Ponte's Pawn, and I think it's hard to call, like, which is better. Well, there is an app called Choker. I can't read. Chess and Poker Choker. There was this guy who had a website he was inviting me to play. There were a couple incidences of people inviting me to play, like, dice poker. I'm crazy. Dice chess, I mean, yeah, you guys got me on poker, but the dice chess, they tried to ask me to, I don't know, you know, it was really weird. It's hard for me to get into stuff like variants, and I don't know, maybe I would like it if I tried it, but they were like looking for people to do that. I met a guy here too who was trying to do some app. I I did like playing poker chess tournament at the European Poker Tour though. That was kind of funny. Twice I fucking got knocked out with a very good chance in that. It was a small buy-in, like $500, 500 euros. Once this Hungarian guy caused me to lose by like doubling up this like idiot just randomly. The other time I just didn't quite make the money. Okay, it's fun. It was kind of stupid though. I don't think they did the same thing at Isle of Man. I think they had a poker chess tournament. All right. Um so what are we doing here? I'm gonna take that move back. I know what I accomplished with 94. I know. Okay. I should get my rook in the game before I get shut out by knight b6. But this is like standard. Doesn't feel like white played quite right compared to Byron Jacobs and Plaskett. But they also got nothing against me. I don't like the e5 as much. c4, interesting move. I usually reserve that for like very bad moves, but maybe it's not a bad move. Double-edged. There's knight b6, huh? c4 is pretty cool. I have to say I don't really like that. I don't think I should be worse here, but I feel like I did something wrong. I missed something here. I must have had better. My knight, I shouldn't have retreated it off of d4. Voluntarily retreated my knight off of d4. At the best, it was a loss of time. I need to get glasses. I can't see shit on the type screen. On the smaller monitor. Yeah, that really helps actually. But I don't want to become dependent on the reading glasses, man. I mean, then my vision gets even worse. Seems like. So what are we doing here? Are you kidding me? I have a question. Would you sack the exchange with knight b6, rook takes b6? Wow, there's a weird move. Huh. Are you going to play b4 or something? This is the standard. Wow. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. I just realized I was doing the counselor from South Park. I didn't mean to do that. Um, hmm. How about all the space I have? This is a blunder. Another blunder by me. Wow. But is it a blunder? Okay. Oh, rook takes first. Very subtle. It's your bad bishop. You should be happy for that exchange, right? So now what happens? Now it's a shit show. Rook c8. That's bad. Draw at best. King d7. Not good. So I have to go here. Actually, oof. That's even worse. Oh my god, I just did that. I just literally played the worst move in the history of chess. What is wrong with me? Why did I play rook b8? Oh my god. Dude, bro. I'm in trouble. We're in trouble. Rook b8 not a good move. I completely overlooked knight b6, which was obvious. Thinking he's gonna play rook takes c6, rook takes b3, blah blah blah. If I had seen that, I wouldn't have played rook b8. I should have played anything else. I mean, king d7, check, knight takes a6. So I guess I had to play rook c8. I had to play rook c8. That's all there is to it. Rook c8 is great. hmm. I'm not really sure. Dr. Trip Chance, you know, you're very slow. You're a slow player. Very weak. Rook a7. Kind of a shocker. This is crazy. Am I mated yet? Are you mated yet? Wow. The app. An in-app experience. It's complex. How are my winning chances? Non-existent. Yeah. Again, I'm lucky to escape. I mean, horrible blunder. Very similar to my game with camel culture. You made everything was fine until that retarded blunder. But queen d4 was a huge mistake. I can't find queen d8. I didn't expect you to play queen e4, by the way. Dr. Tripchance is like an attacking player who doesn't trade queens. I mean, this is a surprising move, but tactically, I guess it was justified. Now I have to avoid the exchange of queens. You have a lot of weaknesses. But I miscalculated this. I mean, the point is, I thought I was fine. I thought I was fine. I thought I'm getting into b3. I might not have done this if I had realized you're just answering me immediately with knight b6. I'm like lost here. Even rook c8 doesn't work. I saw rook c8, but I thought I'm still okay. It doesn't seem fair that I'm lost. I mean, I'm not even down any pawns. Your pawn structure is as bad as mine. This is bullshit. I'm just lost. Instantly lost. It doesn't matter what I do. Okay, knight takes would have actually been better. But it's awful too. Trading queens was a huge mistake. But again, I left myself with no time. I mean, at this point, I'm half your time. I have like half your time. Opening was good. Yeah, but don't play knight d4 in the first place. That's the point. I played a stupid fish move, knight d4, like an idiot without thinking. Your rook isn't well placed on f3. Knight d4 is the dumbest move ever. Just play without any thought at all, because I'm like telling stories and stuff. My knight is on perfect square. There's no benefit in knight d4. It just gets in the way of my other pieces. It's just a horrible, dumb fish move. I'm lucky I didn't lose. You know, interestingly enough, it looks like I saved the game with this. This g5, you know. After takes and rook g8, black is saving the game. It's incredible. You should have played rook takes c6 right away, and then you're still winning. So you play too fast, and that's, well, so it's a double-edged sword. This is the typical thing with you and everybody. This guy too. Is this the last round? No, this is round 6. The upside of playing too fast is that your opponents get in time pressure and make mistakes. The downside of playing too fast is that you overlook things, you know, so it goes both ways. I think that the lesson that needs to be learned is that when you have a winning or close to winning position, you need to slow down. If you're losing, it doesn't matter. Then go ahead, blitz and try to like get me to make a mistake by like pushing me on the clock. But don't do that when you have um, an already really good position, which is clearly better or almost winning. You know, you've achieved this great position now. You don't need to like use time as a weapon anymore. You need to make that transition. I'm really slow because I haven't been playing much Blitz in the last couple of days. I'm more into Mahjong lately. I used to play a lot of Blitz on my phone, but lately I'll do more puzzles and then maybe play some ridiculous mahjong, but not so much Blitz. I guess I get turned off by people cheating in the unrated games, but I haven't played much Blitz at all. This is a dragon, proper dragon, dragon proper. Queen b6, no. No, Yugoslav attack. I tried to play the I tried to play the Queen e2 dragon a few times. I had this once at Foxwoods. I think the time I won Foxwoods, one of my first round games was some guy. He was like Puerto Rican or something. I can't remember his name. 2300. I beat him pretty easily. I don't know about this line for black. Takes and bishop e6. You're supposed to play bishop d7, I think. I think therefore I am. Bishop d7, b5. That's the best line. I never really go into like Yugoslav dragons, but I probably should. I looked into playing years ago. I looked into playing both the castle queenside and the bishop c4. They're both very theoretical, but I think objectively, probably the Yugoslav's the best. Bishop c4. I mean, normally Redusa plays Billie Eilish, and I'm talking about Ice Cube and Camel Culture's into Billie Eilish. Um, I I really stay up to date on music though. We're gonna see Idols in a couple weeks with my daughter. It's a really great English band. B5, bishop takes f6, bishop takes f6, knight d5, queen takes d2, knight takes, check, king g7, knight h5, check, king h6, rook takes d2. I like to stay up to date on my music. I don't sit around listening to Ice Cube. Don't worry, Camel Culture. You know, you probably listen to Katy Perry or something. I know. He took the pawn, but that's also suboptimal. Oh, God damn. Yeah, I mean, he's a Sveshnikov player. Now, how does a Sveshnikov player play the dragon? I have a question for you guys. No, serious question. This is it's badly, right? It's a stupid joke. Sorry, dad jokes. Just dad jokes. How does a Sveshnikov player play the dragon? Yeah. I already gave away the answer. How many Sveshnikov players? It's totally like a completely different animal. It's a totally different animal. I mean, it's like comparing llamas to camels, you know? Actually, just kidding. They're pretty close. Llamas. Llamas. Can you mate llamas? Can you mate camels with llamas? Has anybody? They definitely tried that. I think the Nazis were experimenting with that. Sledgy making up conspiracy theories. Nazi experiments. Well-known Nazi experiments attempting to attempting to combine camels with llamas. Lambos. Probably the camels were llamas before all the desert, like the Sahara, became a desert. 5,000 years ago, the Sahara was like a lush, fertile. Seriously, 5,000 years ago, the Sahara Desert was a lush, fertile ground. Those camels probably had all kinds of like fur and shit. Of course. No, Dr. Tripchan, see? I bet even Carl Jung didn't know that. Um, Carl Jung he would have gotten that wrong for sure. Carl Gustafsson. Bro, look at those camels. They look like they've been all sanded down. It's all that desert, the desert sand. It it sheared their fur off. Of course, we're on to the camel jokes because of camel culture. But I'm getting loopy. I'm only mildly sleep deprived today. Interestingly, camels are from North America. Whoa. That explains camel culture. Native Americans in Colorado. Wow. Wow. Rook takes h6? No, it's too fancy. It's not gonna work. Shit. You're gonna make me. We can do this the hard way or the easy way. You gonna make me do this the hard way? Jesus. He's a pawn up. Pawndas. What about Pawndas? Man. They came from North America? That's surprising. The ancient aliens definitely has something to do with it. I think camel culture's onto something there. But maybe they came over on the land bridge or whatever. Mr. Coffee, you finally made it. Lamels and commas. But I have a serious announcement to make. Gabble Troll Mops. What happened there? I'm not getting notifications. He had donated 145 bits before. But we have a serious announcement. Mr. Coffee, do you know what it is? So, I'm joining a circus. No, Astrobate is okay. Can you believe it? He just doesn't. He doesn't have a tablet, and he's really okay after all that. It's hard to believe. Wow. What do I do here? I feel like I'm down a pawn. God. My God. Wait. Yeah. This is tricky. Not sure about this. This one. Clamels. Queen h4. Blockade. Fudgy Puzzle Master. Dude, he emailed me. It's only been 4 months, and everybody thought you're dead. Can you believe that? Carol Connix is ahead of me? What? Did you beat Camel Culture? Oh no. Carol Connix hasn't played Camel Culture? Camel Culture, what'd you do? Camel Culture lost to Jern Vlad. Oh my god. Oh no, I broke I broke the camel's back. Oh no. That was our only spoiler. Oh my god. What about Edward? What's his deal? Oh, that makes sense. 1700 Rapid, 2300 Blitz. Nobody's gonna stop Caro Connix. Caro Iconics. You could still get him in the last round. Get them when they're down, kick them when they're up, kick them when they're down. That was the Eagles, right? Speaking of classic rock, yesterday at Poker Club, all they did was like they had like some classic rock mix. The Eagles wasn't on it, but it just made me think of the Eagles. It's better. It's a nice break from like pop music though. Kick them when they're down, kick them when they're up, kick them when they're down, kick them when they're up. Camel Culture took out Praying Mantis. Not easy. But I got a kind of cheap win against Camel Culture in a lost position that became a draw and end game. You like watching Paleontally? Yeah. Between porn videos? Okay. Get more stupider. Camel Culture, you're our last hope. But I don't know. You know, Stockfish, yeah. Lichess like spits out weird pairings. I don't think they're following the FIDE rule book on Swiss system pairings. The rankings are all wrong, because of I play Journalist, so maybe he is playing Camel Culture. We got to watch out with Zernvlad, who took out Camel Vulture. Zernvlad hasn't been around lately. Just comes back and boom, Camel Culture's in pieces. Guys, thanks for joining us. Tomorrow night analysis stream. Don't forget to submit your Camel Culture game. That's the Nefedov variation. What if Zernvlad and Nefedov are the same person? They're both from Ukraine. We should call it the Ukrainian variation then. 2 out of 2 Ukrainians say they like A4. Ukrainian Kraken. Fine. Nefedov traded. He went into the end game. I think we had 2 games like that. My instinct is that A4, A6 slightly favors black. Your B4 square is weak. White might still not be like seriously worse, but the endgame's not a good idea. Zernvlad played on my stream a lot before I even invented the Kraken, so I'm not sure he's faced this. You know, I think he's going back from before the Kraken was really a thing, which I started doing around 2023. B8 or E7? Generally speaking, I think E7 is usually better. Like many E4 players, people who face this and play D5 are ending up in queen pawn, more like queen pawn type of structures with D5. I don't think that the E4 players should go for that. You know, if the C pawn is like obstructed, this, yeah, it's like, okay, if your pawn's on C4, you're playing the white side of a bayonet King's Indian, but that's not the case here. This is not a King's Indian. You can't move your knight because your E pawn is under pressure. You can't get your C pawn into the action. Bishop C4 is nice, but it's a dead diagonal. I'll just play on the king side. This is the last round. Let's see what's happening. So Camel Culture, yeah, he's playing Caro-Connix, and it's a Caro-Connix. It's an advanced variation. Wow, that's exciting. I want my game to finish so I can watch the big championship match. It's like UFC on the White House lawn. Embarrassing, man. It's just embarrassing what Trump did to the United States. It's just a disgrace. A total moral collapse of the United States. The moral bankruptcy of the U.S. Can't root for the U.S. soccer team. Okay, so we have a trap here that I've used before, but I'm not sure it's right. How bad can it be? I sack for his center. This Nefedov Zernvlad theory, I think there's something there. You know, I mean, it could be. Definitely had similar type stuff with Nefedov. They're cousins or something. All right, go Camel Culture. Got to at least draw. Draw's probably not enough though. If you draw, I'm going to lose on tiebreak. You got to beat him. And then we can tie, on points. No. Yeah, 6 each. No, actually, you got to beat him. I'm clear first. What am I talking about? Because you're behind. Yeah, beat him, Camel Culture. Sorry. Beat him. Do it. Wow. Okay, what do I do? Well, we got to take. Which way? I'm just a clear pawn. Easy peasy. Hopefully we can still catch some of the action on board 1. But I don't want to take this for granted. Caught your and Vlad with the Kraken. That's the biggest strength of the Kraken. People like, oh, what is this? I'm not really paying attention. What are you doing? Okay, e4. e4 doesn't win a piece. There's really nasty traps too. I ought to just castle. Now he has an open diagonal for his bishop on b2. Maybe that's his whole plan. Lose a pawn, create open diagonals. Maybe I should have played e4, but I don't know. Shit, I had e4, knight c3, queen e5. Yeah, then there's all sorts of problems with my king in the center. No. Gotta be satisfied with a small advantage. Should have seen the people like gambling in poker yesterday. I'm happy with like making like double McDonald's wage. These people are just randomly throwing money around. Why not just go to the casino and play roulette? I don't understand. Like, they figure the casino's rigged, but if they gamble in poker, it's like on the up and up. I guess that's a theory. There might be something to that, actually. Where am I going? And we're gonna miss the whole board 1 action. Still e4. e4 is not really good enough. But maybe it is. Maybe not. e4. e4 rook e1. I have rook d8 there. Rook d8. So maybe he actually had to play like bishop c2 or something. Rook e1 is a mistake. Or maybe he still has some sort of defense. No. He might have a defense. Over defense. Rook a3. You can play rook a3, right? It's the only move, but still losing. All right. Let's check out board 1. Camel Culture. National Master. Show your national masterness. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double knight endgame. Be a spoiler. mean, white is clearly better. Pawn up. Knights are tricky, though. All those forks. Phew, nasty forks. Wonder what this was. Oh, there, that was the advanced Caro-Kann, right? Camel Culture's problem is his work ethic, you think? His consistency? Reminds you of me. Playing openings you don't know. So this is your real opening repertoire. You told us, or you showed us a game where you played the advanced variation. These guys are playing their best opening prep here in this epic encounter. Queen D3. Trappy trap trap. Queen and knight combos. Preemptive king move. Probably doesn't change that much. Does it? Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Oh, that. Oh, man. He just defended everything. Not easy. Camel Culture's up a pawn, but black's still active. Black also managed to magically defend his g6 and e6 pawns. So, what's going on? Miro out on the ledge. Don't blunder. Just don't blunder. Although if it's a draw, I probably lose on tie breaks. Not necessarily, though. Why would I necessarily lose on tie breaks? We would both have two draws, me and Caro-Connix, and one against each other. Although, I don't know if the Lichess does tiebreaks based on performance rating or something. He would have the higher performance rating playing me. He's 2100. So Camel Culture doesn't go crazy. It wasn't easy. I don't know if he's winning or not. Looks like not. He was slightly better. He was winning at one point here. Well, he was winning. Even until here. You could have taken the pawn on e6. Allowed queen e4 check. Play king h2. So if you take the pawn on e6, you allow queen e4 check, play king h2, knight d4, attacking the queen, check, king h7, and you have knight d2 at the end. You're winning. But okay, it's a long tournament, wasn't easy. Camel was winning, but Caro-Connix hangs on for a draw. Caro-Connix blundered a pawn for no reason. Apparently had a good game. Looks like the opening Opening was back and forth. What do we see? Theory? So Camel played Queen C2, but the main line is actually B3, which is a very standard move. So they kind of left book with Queen C2 a little bit. Good transpose back. G3, we transposed some games. It was all theory. The black's probably fine. Nizhnik Prohashka 2020. That's one of those St. Louis, Texas games. Or maybe it could be like, yeah, it could have been on chess.com. Oh, I said that. All right, anyways, who cares? So back to the results. Sorry, Caraconics. I get the tournament? No way. Tiebreak 18. No way. I won. Slow rolling. Good job, Caraconics for second place. Camel Culture only scored 3.5 points, but you were a great spoiler, allowing me to take first place. Camel Culture. We should make you a VIP for that. Caraconics in second place. 2 draws each. Dr. Tripchance with the other draw against me. In third place, Camel, a little inconsistent. Thanks for playing. National Master Camel Culture, the superstar spoiler of the event. Jern Vlad, Maniac, Edward, Redusa, Stefano, Gabble Roll Mops, thanks for your donation. We had 16 players total. Thanks everybody for playing. Tomorrow night, we do deep analysis of Sparkle Horse versus Camel Culture, and Camel Culture versus Caraconics, and all these key games from the tournament. Analysis stream Thursday. Please join us, everybody. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again for you guys for playing. Solid tournament for Caraconics. You deserve to win it. I don't know how the tiebreaks are determined, but I definitely wasn't in top form here. I was lucky in a couple of cases, especially against Camel Culture. Thank you guys for your games and for playing. And Pawnda says, ha 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 ha. Bye bye. See you guys tomorrow night. Don't forget to send in the games.